What's going on, YouTube? Um, yeah, it's been a while since I posted anything, and I'm prepping for a show, so I figured, why don't I trail my prep? I'm about 10 weeks out now. But I also thought, whatever, I did that before. Um, you can probably tell from some of my old videos if I didn't delete them all. I think I deleted a good bit of them, but that's story for later. Anyway, I figured if I had something beneficial to say during the prep, I'd say it as well as give a physique update here and there. And today, post cardio, I want to talk about paths that a person can take in prep for a show and in life as a whole. Well, first off, you have to decide what you want to do. Say, for instance, I know, and this is no disrespect to anybody that does this, but I know a lot of people will compete in two categories sometimes. Um, I've seen girls compete in bikini and figure, or figure and physique. I've seen guys do bodybuilding in physique, or bodybuilding in classic physique, or classic physique in physique. And you're like, yo, do your thing, you know. And people have placed well. I just think that you should be a little bit more focused on your decision making process, unless you're just there for the attention, which it's physique sports, so maybe that's the case. Anywho, when you're prepping for something or you're expecting something out of yourself, you definitely need to pick a single path. If you've got 12 coaches, it's not going to work. There's no reason for you to need, want, or inquire to separate people for information that they're not teamed up on, linked up on. I look at it like building an engine, okay? Or if you work in corporate America, getting a workflow done. If I say I'm going to create the first 3 steps, and so is going to create the second 3 steps, and this person is going to create the third 3 steps, making 9 steps, we have to collaborate. Else, when you get all of our information together, it's going to look like a jumble of mess, as it should, because we haven't been collaborating. Same thing with your coaching, same thing with the paths that you choose to take. And this is only from my experience of dealing with people that are close to me and myself. When I'm powerlifting, I'm just powerlifting. I don't think that you can develop the physique that you need doing the training that you need to do with powerlifting. And when I say that I'm going to do physique competitions, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, you get to lift heavy, but you don't get to lift like you lift when you're powerlifting. I know people that want a certain body type, but they train completely away from it, or worse, they don't train towards anything long enough to get any mastery out of it. I've seen females who wanted to be strong, lose confidence in their strength because it takes time and there's a process. It didn't come naturally to them. And then say, okay, I'm going to do CrossFit. And then that didn't come naturally. Then they try and jump back to strength sports. And it's like, hey, I've lost all this strength. It's like, yes, you've lost your path. You have to keep the course. Planning is important. And planning is not a 2-week, 3-week thing. You can't come up on your 15-week prep, catch someone 8 weeks into it and expect them to completely just like, boom, like, hey, let me get this person out. Or you don't need to come up to a person and you're trying to get into strength sports, but you want to take your CrossFit class every other day. It's not going to work. You got to pick a path. You have to pick a path and get dedicated to it. But I guess that's just the way people are now, is that no one's into, what's the best word? Commitment. There we go. No one's into commitment. No one wants to commit to one thing long enough to see exactly where it takes them. And in doing so, you've got to go all the way. Not some of the way, not part of the way. Don't try for 3 weeks, see how it goes. Like, go all the way. If you've got someone guiding you, follow their guidance all the way. If you feel like they're misleading you, talk to them about it. If they can't change it and you just can't shake the feeling, then please leave that person alone. Find yourself a new path, whatever the case may be. But whatever you do, go all the way doing it. Don't go part way. Don't think of it too long, because here's what happens when you think on something too long. You're going to rationalize not doing it or give yourself reasons for other paths. Two things happen when you decide to go all the way. One, you find out a ton sooner if you've taken the wrong path, because you can just discover, hey, this just ain't for me. Two, you still gain education and lessons from taking that path, even if it's something not to do, which people aren't attached to that much. Like I hate my failures. I hate my mistakes. I have strong emotion towards them so that I don't repeat them. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this could help someone. I thought that my little tips could benefit you on your prep or your future prep, or even some future life decisions that you're going to make. Big time. All of this is universal advice. If you're in a relationship with someone, go all the way. Don't give that person 20%, 30%, 50%. Give them everything you got. I assure you, if that's not the person for you, you will find out. But a person who's trying to have, a guy trying to have his mom be his girl, or a girl trying to have her dad be her man, or vice versa, let them have that relationship. If you're at a job, you're giving 110%, and only you know if you're giving 110%. If you're giving 110% and that job's not working out, start applying. Start looking for other options. If you're in any situation and you're giving all that you can give, then realize that you've learned the lesson. This isn't for you. Start getting active, not pulling back on your effort. Never pull back on your effort. You got to do this in addition to pushing your effort, but start looking for other options for yourself. I know a lot of people get the attachment ideology wrong, where they say, if you truly love someone or something, you will stick it out. No. All right. There are certain types of relationships that, yes, there are some challenges in it. There's a few differences that you guys need to work out, but everyone's compromising, everyone's understanding. But then, so there's constructive love, and then there's destructive love. And in all your relationships throughout life, you got to realize which one you're falling into. If it's constructive, you get the lesson, you know it's right, you just don't want to do it. That's completely understandable. We're hard-headed people. Human beings are hard-headed people. So, it takes a little bit for us to change our ways, but it's totally possible. And if someone is doing something or teaching you something for the better, and you see them making the same sacrifices, you see that they're putting in their hard work and effort, you got to pay attention. And then there's destructive love, where it just seems that the only thing this person cares about is themselves. The only interests that get fulfilled as a whole are theirs. They'll give you, little tad bits of fate here and there, but nothing that's going to sustain you. You got to be careful in those types of relationships. But anyway, I'm rambling. This video is going on almost 10 minutes long. I'll catch you guys probably next week with my physique update. Stay tuned. 10 weeks out, Texas NPC State Championship.